Good morning, hello, I'm outside Birmingham New Street about to catch a train. There was a press event this morning as there are new stations, 5 I think in total, opening up in the Birmingham area over the next week or two, and today we're going on a press trip to look at 3 of them.
Yes, this is the Camp Hill line in Birmingham where 3 new stations are opening up: Pineapple Road, Kings Heath and Moseley Village, where the original stations on this line were closed back in 1941, although the line has been in use for freight and as a route used for non-stopping cross-country services. But these new stations are now providing stopping trains for passengers for the first time in 85 years. And so we're on a trip this morning to take a ride down the line and talk about the new services.
We will be calling at Moseley Village, Kings Heath, Pineapple Road and Kings Norton. Thank you for travelling with West Midlands Railway today.
So we are on the Camp Hill line, very exciting. Passenger services returning with 3 stations. They're going to have to update their carriage diagrams, their maps. The trains, by the way, I'm on a class 196 diesel. It's a non-electrified line, so they're running the 196 diesel trains. West Midlands now just have their 196 diesels and their 730s, which are their electric trains as part of their fleet, but we are on a 196. 3 new stations. I'm not quite sure what we're doing yet in terms of like getting out. Are we poking our heads out? Are we getting out? I think we're getting out at some point. There'll be some official interviews, but we are on the train and stopping at the new stations on the line. It's very exciting. Yeah, we just get a couple of moments on the platform. Everyone's jumped out to take their photos. Okay, new station. Just jumping out at Kings Heath, or everyone in Orange Hive is. Orange to West Midlands, of course, has jumped out, taken their pictures. I think we might stop here on the way back, unless we're stopping at Kings Norton. I'm a bit confused. We'll find out. We'll find out when it happens. But this is Kings Heath.
It is actually, yeah. I think what some does.
And this is the brilliantly named Pineapple Road. I believe it used to be called, I want to say Hazelwell. And with the new station, and all 3 new stations, by the way, are on exactly the same site as were the old stations when these stations used to exist. They just built them in the same place. But this one, instead of being Hazelwell, they've called Pineapple Road.
Yes, it's worth noting that there used to be 2 other previous stations on this line, Brighton Road and Camp Hill itself. Those haven't been brought back, it's just the 3 we're looking at today. And Pineapple Road was originally called Hazelwell, and amusingly, on the day that we filmed this, if someone could tell Google Maps that they could update their name, as it still showed the old name when I had a look. Anyway, at Kings Norton, the old island platform has not been brought back into use, so the service uses an existing southbound platform where it reverses to head back north. And as we do head back, it's timed nicely with this service curving off to the left on the Cross City line, whilst we curve off to the right, and we're heading back to get out at Kings Heath.
So we've come back on a northbound train and we are hopping out onto the platform. We're going to stay here for a bit at the new Kings Heath station.
We'll have a look around the new station in a moment, but first I catch up with West Midlands Railway's Managing Director.
It's a big moment, you know, this is fantastic. We're going to be reintroducing services that haven't existed for 80 odd years, and it's going to be transformational for the people of the West Midlands and Birmingham, getting people from these neighbourhoods in and out of the city, commuters, leisure travellers. Yeah, it's fantastic. It is what it is for now, but absolutely there's a big scheme called Midlands Rail Hub, which you probably know about. It's been talked about. When Rail Hub happens, that opens up much greater connectivity out, further west, out to Worcester direction, potentially increasing services again in and out of Birmingham on the Cross City line, for example. So there's potential for it to get significantly better. Yeah.
What I'm trying to work out, just on a very personal level, in my quest to get out, to say that I've got out at every station, there's 3 new stations being added. Does the train today count? It's a press train, not a public train, but they're running it as if it was, in regular passenger service. I have got out off a train at Kings Heath station and will be getting back on a train. Does that count or not? It probably doesn't. It probably means I'll have to come back and do it on a regular passenger train, but I have technically got out at Kings Heath.
I then caught up with James, one of the programme sponsors, to ask him some more questions.
So overall it's cost nearly £100 million to develop and deliver these stations. Yes, an existing railway line, but all 3 stations are on the sites of former stations as well, which closed in January 1941 during World War II, where there was fuel shortages, so we had to shut stations during the war. But nonetheless, nothing left of the original stations, so we had to work really hard to bring them up to modern standards, including building lifts, footbridges, etc.
And in the future, trains could instead go into Moore Street Station if a new court of track is built right where, Bordersley Station is. Yes, which is why the closure consultation, link in the description, is already out there. And that means that the least used station in the West Midlands would be no more. But when might that happen?
So I think it's a number of years away, but is linked to these stations, because right now there's only 2 trains an hour running into Birmingham New Street. Hopefully when the Bordersley Cord, which is linked to the closure of Bordersley Station, is built, that will enable more trains to use the Camp Hill line to take these services into Birmingham Moore Street Station where there's more capacity. That's been funded by the Department of Transport, but West Midlands Rail Executive are hugely involved as well.
I found this tactile paving here at this station and the others, which are all fully accessible with lifts, but also I was in search of a proper timetable.
West Midlands, well done. Well done, you've done a good thing. I found it. I was worried and I was looking and I have found an actual proper timetable. So many places now say just download our app or just scan this QR code. No, look, there's a proper timetable. So you can see Birmingham New Street. So there's a train here at 11:57, Kings Norton 12:15. So that is does the math quickly, that is an 18-minute journey from one end to the other. So first train at 6 in the morning through to 11 at night. There is also a Sunday service. Sunday it looks like it's an hourly service, but during the week, Monday to Saturday, half-hourly service.
And I get excited about a new map as well.
Now this is what we like to see. The carriage map diagrams may not have been updated, but I've just found a poster here showing the West Midlands Railway network. The 3 new stations down here, Pineapple Road, King's Heath, Moseley Village are there, and also there's 2 new stations opening up, Willenhall and Darlaston. That's on the line sort of Wolverhampton to Walsall. That's actually coming up Thursday. Those will actually open before this bit opens where we're at today. Today's a press event for the Camp Hill line, but I'll be back in Birmingham on Thursday to do Willenhall and Darlaston as well on the map.
And I managed to grab a quick word with the Transport Secretary as well.
It's fantastic, and I think all credit to everyone that's been involved in making this project happen. I know it's been a long time coming, but you've got West Midlands Trains working with Network Rail, Transport for the West Midlands Combined Authority. I know Richard Parker, the new Mayor of the West Midlands, brought everyone together last year, got everyone sat around the table, said, look, we've got to get these stations over the line. And for me to be stepping off that first train, in a first passenger train in over 50 years, this station hasn't been open since the Second World War. Look, I think this is a real visible sign of how serious this government is about investing in public transport, giving people an alternative to the car. We know that the roads around here are congested, people sat in traffic jams. If you can get a quick, reliable, affordable journey into central Birmingham to the wider area, I think that's got to be good news for people in King's Heath, Moseley Village, Pineapple Road, and we've got those 2 stations opening in the Black Country as well, Willenhall and Darlaston, so I think it's great.
So those are your 3 stations coming on the Camp Hill line. It opens, let me just check my dates in my head. Yes, this bit on Tuesday, April the 7th. I'm actually back in Birmingham this week in 3 days' time, as I said earlier, to do Willenhall and Darlaston. They open up on, let me check the dates. Yes, on Thursday, the 19th of March. 5 new stations in total in the Birmingham area, which is just excellent for the railway. So that is it. Thanks to everyone for today, for chatting to me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.